They call him the man who touched the sky. Some people see him as inspiration. Others see an adrenaline junkie who lives without fear of consequence. His name is Lewis Crathern, and this week I'm returning to Squamish, BC to meet the legend himself. Few people ever reach this level in kiteboarding. Fewer still would have the guts. So in a word, how was it meeting one of my heroes? Well, enlightening.
So it has been non-stop windy in Squamish this week, which is perfect because Kite Clash is on this weekend and Lewis Crathern is in town and he is doing a coaching session on jumping this afternoon at the Spit. So we're gonna go check it out, see what we can learn, and see if we can get some one-on-one time with Lewis as well.
Now, watching Lewis coach was an experience in itself. It's easy to dismiss high-level athletes as simply talented. The reality, however, is so much more. While talent comes into play, so does dedication and an amazing body awareness. Sometimes the last step in landing a trick is as simple as turning your head in a certain direction. I learned a lot from watching Lewis, and best of all, he agreed to meet with me for an interview after his session that day. Okay, so whether you are a beginner kiter or an intermediate or advanced rider, there is always something to learn. So today we are here with professional kiteboarder Lewis Crathern, who rides for the North Kiteboarding International Team, and we're going to have a chat about tricks, jumping. So Lewis, what brings you back to Squamish?
So Squamish is one of the most beautiful places I think I've ever kited in my life, and it also has the best community I think I've ever met. There's a lot of cool people around here that are really outdoor people, biking, climbing, and I really relate to them, and the event is very special. I don't think I've ever seen spectators get as close to kiteboarding as they can do here, so if you've never been to Squamish or Canada, you need to come.
So, for a beginner that has never jumped before but wants to, what prerequisites should they know before they try it?
I definitely think it helps to be at a stage where you're staying upwind. I mean, you're most likely going to jump, go downwind a bit. You don't want to be at that stage where you're walking upwind all the time, a walk of shame. So I'd say learning to edge and edge sufficiently that you can edge into the wind is really going to help, because you need to understand an edge to get into the sky.
And so if someone has the prerequisites, they can ride upwind, they're ready to go, and they just need to pull the trigger. If you had to shout a few words of advice to them, what would you say to get them going?
I would tell them to commit. I would say, look, commit, you've really got to send it. I think send it would be the thing I would say.
Send it!
Because you'll never get fully airborne until you commit to steering the kite hard. It doesn't have to be crazy, but you have to swing it above your head. And it has to be that's the first thing you do, and the second thing you do is edge. If you try and edge too hard to start with, you're going to slow yourself right down. Whereas actually what you need to be doing is kite, then board, and then sheet in, and then you've done your first jump. That's how simple it is.
And then you're flying. And for the riders out there that are already boosting, now I understand you actually have a series on what to do after you boost.
Yeah.
So for the intermediate and advanced riders that want to know the next level of progression, what is the series with Woo, and how can they find it?
Well, the first series we actually did was 10 Essentials for Boosting with me, and we filmed that in here in Squamish. So if you're at that stage, watch that one. And if you're looking for something a bit more interesting, you've learned to jump now and really wondering what the next steps are, I thought about each trick and what thing you'd likely get on, and that one's on YouTube. Look at the Woo Facebook channels, all that stuff. And we release one a week every Tuesday at the moment.
Great. I remember watching yours on how to do great back rolls.
That's one of my favourite moves to coach, back rolls.
Now, often, people like myself will do the beginner lessons and they'll be released out into the wild as a kiteboarder, and often we'll go off half-cocked, like ready to rage, ready to throw down, and we're trying to learn tricks and inevitably smashing our faces on the water over and over, just not getting it. So when do you think it's appropriate for people to take advanced coaching or clinics?
I think it's appropriate for people to take advanced coaching at any stage. There's no time limit to when you should ask for more help with any sport, let alone kiteboarding. You know, once you have the skills to fly a kite and ride around, in one day you could learn to back roll, transition, jump. It's putting it all together, and if you're with somebody that can help you with that, then there's no time limit. You definitely don't wait 5 years like some of my clients here, and I've been stuck for 2 years, I've gone nowhere. That's 2 years of your life, so yeah, the earlier the better.
Okay, so today Lewis took me out for a session with a baby talking device, and he helped me with some of my sticking points and overcome some of the fears of tricks I've been trying to learn and haven't for more than a year. And today we made a ton of progress in an hour. So Lewis, how has the baby talking device changed your coaching life?
Well, it's amazing really. Before it was a lot of shouting, getting close. You know, I'm now doing 6 hours of old school coaching within 1 hour of this, because I can talk to people, but not only that, they can talk to me back. So I wear my sun hat here, you know, here you go, I put my one on.
You can say, you do this, Crystal, and I can say, I did.
Yeah, I
can say you did it wrong.
The most interesting part, I think, from a coaching perspective is that I'm not only talking you through the jumps and things like that, it's every aspect of kiteboarding, every second chance I have to spot something. It gives you that, I think that trust as a client that someone's watching you as well.
Yeah.
Most often I have people that aren't too comfortable out of their depth in high tide. They'll go for it because they know that I'm in communication with them. It's kind of a comforting experience, and it's really changed everything for my coaching. I'd be lost without it. It's brilliant.
Well, Lewis, thank you for taking the time to chat with us today.
That's okay.
And the best advice that I can offer, I've had a couple of great pro coaching experiences before. If you get the opportunity, do it. Your level will grow so much, so quickly, you definitely won't regret it. So thanks, guys. This has been Crystal Vanessa and Lewis Crathern.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
It was fun. Thanks for that.
They say you should never meet your heroes. And while there may be some truth to that, my experience begs to differ. They call him the man who touched the sky. They call him a lot of things. Athlete, coach, mentor. I'm happy to call this humble man simply my friend.